Think of a world where you have salt without pepper, bread without wine, sugar without spice. I mean, that would be a sad state of affairs. Certain things just go well with each other. Kinda like multiplayer games without any sort of matchmaking or server browser. 2019, it seems like some developers are having a hard time keeping up with the standards for, say, circa 2012. I don't know about you, but I myself don't want to coordinate a play session, figure out what time this one's not working or this one has the day off, yada yada yada. That's just something I don't want to have to do every single time I play a video game. In this case, more specifically, a co-op game. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, you have a ton of friends. So many friends they're falling out of your fucking asshole. A ton of friends who, just like you, have a ton of free time to play video games. So you're never going to really need a matchmaking option or a server browser. But wouldn't it be nice if the game still had it? Wouldn't it be beneficial if the game gave you a server browser or matchmaking as an option? I mean, more options, in my personal opinion, usually a good thing. Especially when the game in question is a multiplayer-focused co-op endeavor. And so, with that considered, as far as I'm concerned, just for the sake of a healthy player base, a thriving community, and all those other awesome things, some sort of server browser and or matchmaking should be considered essential, in my personal opinion. The game is an early access. You stupid idiot. You're the stupidest person I have ever met. The game is early access. Of course it's not going to be full featured, you moron. Anytime I see someone talking this shit, I say to myself, what a fucking jerk-off. You got these incredibly naive stooges mimicking, almost word for word, what these developers and publishers say anytime they're not meeting certain standards. It's a manipulation tactic that has worked incredibly well. They repeat the same nonsense excuses over and over again until their beloved fans take it from there. And now you got a whole bunch of morons in full damage control. Volunteer firefighters is what I see them as, out there trying to douse the inferno. And that's something I'll never understand about you people. Seriously, what gives? Do you just not see in anything, including money? Because perhaps you're not working for it? You're getting handed every single thing? Because as far as I'm concerned, the people that I know that work hard for their money, anytime they feel like they're getting gypped, usually the first reaction we have is fighting back. Fighting the fuck back. Oh, but not you. No. Not you. You want to side with the problem. You want to protect the problem. I just can't wrap my head around why. It's because you just can't help yourself. You get overcome by this burning desire. Anytime an authority figure's around, that you just need to fucking blow them. That you need to, I don't get it. Were you bullied so bad in school that you're just confusing these developers as, teachers? Tattletaling on your classmates and taking the teacher's side? I don't get it. Please help me understand. And one other thing that bothers me a whole lot, is we're labeled as these entitled monsters, these entitled little brats. But the way I see it, a lot of these developers are the most entitled motherfuckers you will ever meet. Let's think about this. Let's think about Kickstarter, because in my opinion, game developers are the ones that really set that on fire, that really took that to another level. And when you think about what Kickstarter is, when all is said and done, everything's stripped away, what is left is an interest-free loan program. So when you think about this, you're giving these fucking strangers that you don't know. Sometimes you know of them because they have made games you have played or liked before. But a lot of times you don't know them very well, but you're handing them your hard-earned money. And you're not getting anything back but a promise you're going to get a good game. A promise. These developers get that money. They don't have to pay any interest on it. And they have the audacity to complain. They have the audacity to talk shit about us. And they have the audacity to put out broken trash. I just know that if somebody was funding my motherfucking business, I would be at their house cooking and cleaning every day, 365 days a year, as a show of gratitude. But our thanks is them pushing out these bare bones, sometimes barely functional games. I mean, yeah, it's early access. But you know what early access usually means? You're paying for an alpha, beta. The fact is, those weren't intended to be sold. I don't want to sound like a broken record player. I say this every time this subject gets brought up. But back in the day, they used to pay us to test their shit, to be a part of their beta and alpha. And this is absolutely crazy to me. Not only have they convinced us to fund their business, but also pay for the privilege to quality control their products, test their shit. That is insane. And to make matters worse, they convinced the most naive of you to do their damage control as well. I'm not sure if that speaks volumes as to how incredibly effective their tactics and strategies are, or, which honestly I think it is, you guys are some of the most dumbest, naive people that have ever been conceived. It's worth mentioning that the developers of GTFO are allowing an open conversation over on the Steam forums, which, I must say, is a bit of a rarity nowadays. There's been a lot of censorship and stuff like that over there as of lately, and it's just nice to see them at least let us air our shit out.